You're very welcome back to the Daily Rundown with me, Fiona Fox. I have Irina Gorianova and Stephen Armstrong with me helping out this evening as well. Now, Andy Burnham has won the contest to become Labour's candidate for Greater Manchester's first mayor. He beat Bury South MP Ivan Lewis and interim mayor Tony Lloyd after a vote by local party members. He said it was a great honour. Now, Mr Burnham was born in Liverpool and has been MP for Lee, Greater Manchester since 2001. He also won praise for his work on the campaign for justice following the 1989 Hillsborough disaster. The first mayor of Manchester will be named next May. Now, earlier today, That's Manchester's Simon Anderson caught up with Andy Burnham at Media City.
Relieved, but deeply honoured. For the members of the Labour Party here in Greater Manchester to have put their faith in me is quite humbling. But I will now work hard to repay it by bringing our party back together, our Labour family, but then crucially working hard to win back the support of the Labour voters we've lost here. 700,000 people at the referendum voted to leave the EU, and they're pretty fed up with the way politics in our country works.
What are some of your ideas you have to bring those more disadvantaged boroughs, like you mentioned Rochdale, Oldham? What are some of your ideas or potential policies to bring them up to the rest of the Greater Manchester area?
Well, I've got huge admiration for what the leaders of our city region have done in the last 20 years to kind of lift our area up by its bootstraps and particularly transform our city centre, and it is transformed. And here, Media City, I played a part in bringing the BBC here as Culture Secretary, but again, fantastic change. However, not all parts of Greater Manchester have felt the same change, and I think the next part of our mission has got to be to lift Wigan, Bolton, Oldham, Rochdale, the towns in Tameside, Stockport, and make sure that they feel part of the future. And that means for me having an industrial strategy that is about all of Greater Manchester. Why can't we be once again the industrial capital of the UK? Why can't we be the leading centre for renewable energy, for advanced manufacturing, for materials, for digital? I think we can be, and it's about having a vision for all of Greater Manchester and all of our towns and bringing back those quality jobs.
Burnham there today. What do we think of this? Where we start? What do we think of this mayor position at all in the first place? Stephen, you think something? I can see it on your face.
Well, as a massive comic book fan, I'm a big fan of the work of mayors. But we should move on to vote a commissioner and a superhero and a villain, and we should then move on and just forget about the Suicide Squad as a whole movie and project. That's just a personal thing. Andy Burnham, he's finally won something. Woohoo!
So you're happy for him?
I couldn't care less. I really, honestly, I'll be honest with you. He is now the Labour candidate for the mayor. There are 10 councils in Greater Manchester, 9 of them are Labour-led. Well, certainly only one of them is Conservative-led. It seems that he's won the contest. We don't know who's going to stand against him. I'm happy for him. He has done some really good work, as you say. He did some really good work for the families of the 96 in the Hillsborough disaster. He has done good work for the people of Lee. I mean, they served them for a long time. Yeah, getting things back up north. I'm a proud northerner, so yeah, getting more money spent up north is great. I think it's all about actions. I think too many times now, and for so long now, and especially recently, we've had a lot of politicians who are good on talking, and it's about the politicians being able to follow through and their actions of it. We're not going to find out whether he's going to win until May next year. I'm all for it. I'm all for democratically elected, leaders, and also the northern powerhouse that we kept getting told about. That'd be good. It'd be good to get that up here.
To see that moving along, and the devolution plan. But how do you feel about the fact? Because we were just chatting briefly about this, weren't we, on the break? We did. It was put to the people as to whether they wanted a mayor of Greater Manchester at all a few years ago, and there was a kind of a resounding vote that no, they didn't.
That's probably a good idea to have one person covering the whole area.
You're in favour of it, are you, right?
But I'll be cynical like you. You know, politicians talk, and they present it in a very nice view when before election, trying to persuade people they can do it.
Yeah.
Very little changes, and unfortunately, you know, like Media City is fantastic place. Yeah, obviously BBC moved there, an attraction now, and it's nice place just to go for a walk and be around there. But go to like rural areas like Maside, it's improving, but very slowly. What about some areas in Eccles, Rochdale? And nothing really happening there. About probably 3 years ago, I was actually translating for a Russian group of like apprentices who came on the Putin's program, just a bit related to it. But why I'm talking about it, because one of the Trafford councillors came and greeted them, and they weren't actually apprentices from the start, like you know how you assume it here, so the people who studying, they were actually key figures in their businesses. So that person from Trafford Council, he was trying to attract their business and saying, like, you know, because some of them want to open a business in the UK. So he was saying Manchester is the best place to do it. So because they were keen on London. So he said we have very good airport, very good communication. So banking system is good. You can basically, it used to be very powerful sort of, you know, in technologies, and but it's not anymore. You know, on the area where I am in Sale, since that speech and that talk and how he was presenting, like exactly how you know this person is doing now, nothing changed. So
do you feel like the idea of the Northern Powerhouse has stalled?
Yeah, because the idea what was said there was pushed across to this like people whom he was presenting. All economy in UK actually, in Manchester area mainly, based on small businesses, right? So, but I'm on the road where I can see those businesses opening and shutting. So something comes along, you know, couple of 2-3 months they can't sustain it, so they're shutting down. Nothing works really. And to be honest, I'm running my business 12 years. Nothing been done to help my business.
So you feel like overall this model will work, though? I mean, because I think obviously it's something that's worked down south. As in this model of kind of the encompassing the whole greater area.
The London mayor seems to have worked because there have been implementations. As he says, Andy Burnham there, and not just particularly picking Andy Burnham, but he says he wants to make Greater Manchester the head of manufacturing, digital, renewable, solar. You know, 7 or 8 different technologies. He wants the Northern Powers to be leader in. Maybe if we chose 1 or 2 and went, right, do you know what, we're going to be in Manchester. I know that there's been a great movement with the substance graphene, you know, this particularly strong substance. That seems to be a really good thing that's coming out of Manchester. And maybe if we create that. I mean, I'm from an area of the country where there's a shipbuilding industry, and whilst those ships were being built, the town was vibrant. There was money coming in. You know, there was, as he says, money into the economy runs around, and it runs around, and one person gets a bit more money, and they pass it on to somebody else because they buy their services, who pass it on. It's a merry-go-round, and I think that if we get 1 or 2 industries that start really pushing ahead, then the other industries, we attract business to them. Their businesses then need subcontractors, and then we get all the way down to the fact of, if you create more jobs, you will need more sandwich shops to feed the staff, you know, and then you're going to need a news agent. You're going to need, you know, and the news agents need suppliers. It's this long trail. I know it sounds a bit of a socialist ideal, but we do, you know, like
your favourite topic.
Exactly, favourite topic as well. But it is. It's the more money that goes out there, the more money that comes back. It's a great force like that.
So it will be interesting to see though when whoever the mayor. I mean, as you said, it looks like. It's probably
going to be this gentleman.
As it goes, it'll be interesting to see how it pans out. We'll leave that one there. Thanks very much. Now, the Olympics are in full swing, but as ever, it's opened up debates in the way we discuss male and female athletes. This week, the Chicago Tribune announced American trap shooter Corey Cogdill-Unrein's medal win with the headline, "Wife of a Bears lineman wins a bronze medal today in Rio Olympics." And with the uproar about presenter Helen Skelton's short dress on the BBC coverage, it seems that sexism is still rife in sport. Stop the presses.
Yes.
Shocker.
I know.
Shockingly.
I know. I mean, I remember a couple of Olympics ago, it was Sharon Davies who there was, you know, suggestions that she'd wore particularly skimpy clothes that showed off, you know, kind of things. I mean, like, we were having a chat in work, not because we knew this was coming on, but I think it was a couple of Olympics ago. The Brazilian ladies' outfit was a kind of a nude coloured dress and top combo, so they looked nude as they were walking in. And I believe the Great Britain won this Olympics was a crop top and jacket combo.
I think one of tennis players have this problem as well. I can't remember which one.
That's it. And the always popular go-to joke of dads watching the beach volleyball. And now we're in Brazil, where we're going to have all this. I'm shocked at that headline, wife of a Bears lineman.
Well, they've had to go back and fix it, haven't they? Because now when you click on links today, it actually says the woman's name. They managed to report the entire piece without mentioning her name.
Wow.
Once. Well, the entire piece the first time round. Isn't that absolutely shocking? Well, it's ridiculous. I want to jump back in 1 second, Steve, because we're going to go for a quick break. We'll pick this up when we come back in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. Lots more news and some music coming up for you as well. See you soon.